Oh yeah, that's the stuff. All right, let's go. Let's do this live. We are live. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Yo soy oso here. That's right, Bear, 29-year veteran of, whatever Spanish of woods is. Hold on. Hey Siri, what is Spanish for woods?
I found fun results in Spanish for wood.
Oh, for crying out loud. Anyways, whatever it is.
Bosque.
Bosque! Ah, oso! El bosque out there. Okay, thank you, Siri.
As in formerly
Okay, Siri, thank you. Okay, we've got it. Thank you, Siri. Siri, I'm trying to do a show here. Anyways, hello, people. I hope all of you... I hope all of you are well out there. Great to see Grant. He finally made it on time. There we go. The tea leaves bode good for... Actually, Bear's got his tea right here. Ah, some nice hot tea. Bear just got done eating some... Actually, just got done eating some sushi. So, there you go. Nice little accompaniment with some sushi. Some tea out there. Anyways, great to have Grant out here. Great to have Amy as well. Nice today is Grant's lucky day. I sure hope so. Anyways, Beer is here. Sorry it took a minute. Beer is actually looking up some stuff here that we will get into momentarily. We actually have kind of a, I don't know, kind of a grab bag of stuff. Bear was actually just thinking about just maybe doing a Ask Bear Anything show. See how well that would go. But we actually have, let me find it here. 1 second. Where is it? Professional show. All that jazz. One of these days. Maybe before Bear's 4-year anniversary on Saturday, we might actually hit a professional show. Anyways, just a whole grab bag of stuff here to kind of go over. But I don't know. Let's see. News or let's do campaign updates here first. Let's go ahead and we only have a couple out here. Let's see. You can't get rusty with that over the summer. Oh, hibernation. Yes, indeed. Actually, Bear was hibernating just a little while ago. Little man still has the cobwebs in the head here. All right, let's actually get to some campaign updates, since we only have a couple here, including from our good pal out there, Uncle E. Let's get right to it, people, because there it is. There is the Dale Keown cover. As a matter of fact, let's just check in. Let's see how they're doing. Is this it? There we go. There it is. 300. Oh, just shy. Oh man. What is that? Little over $1,000 shy of $3,500. Congratulations. And 2,489 backers. So maybe you could be the one that pushes it over the line here. So anyways, congratulations. What would that be? That would be about a week. About a week now since they've launched the campaign. And he's already got stretch goals, people. He says stretch goals are announced. Hello, Red Exterminators. Are we exterminators? Is that what it is? I guess so. I guess if you're trying to get rid of alien bees on Earth, you're an exterminator. I guess so. I guess that works. Thank you. Maybe you could call in John Candy. No, not John Candy. John Goodman from the, what was that spider movie? Arachnophobia? Wasn't he an exterminator in the film? He's supposed to be the good guy, but I don't know. Maybe it was the kids or something that were the good guy. Anyways, comic relief or something. Anyways, long story. Thank you. Thank you all for the incredible success of CyberFrog III Red Extermination. Congratulations, sir. Just shy of 350. So far, the campaign has been wildly successful, but we can probably do better. I'm pretty sure you can. That's why I'm announcing the first of these stretch goals. So 100,000, you already got it. Chromium covers. Yay! 300. We're almost there, people. Almost there. That would be the all red Xbox backers receive fold-out posters by E.G. Morath, and all red extermination backers receive a free vinyl Salamandroid keychain. Oh, that would go with the CyberFrog keychain out there. I keep forgetting to mention that. So many items in there that you got from CyberFrog 2. So let's see, the box. If you get like the, it was called the honeycomb box on the last campaign. They're calling it the red X box here. You'll get a poster, and everyone else will get a keychain. So there you go. Got 1,000 to go there. A little over 1,000. 360,000. All backers receive a Lynx trading card. I'm not sure who Lynx was, but there you go. 370, all backers receive the Mandible Smashers trading card. That was, oh gosh, I'm sorry, people. I moved some stuff around the archive, and I get rid of it. Yeah, I'll have to go find that maybe for the next time. Anyways, the one that looks like Jawbreakers, kind of a inspiration from Jawbreakers. 380,000 all backers receive the a Red Extermination Part 1 trading card. And 390 you get a Part 2. There's a Part 2. I guess maybe if, let me see here. Let me go back here. I think I still have this one. If I can do the thing with the thing. There we go. So there's the Dale Keown card. I don't know if they split that in half. They probably split it in half. It's a double page. Figure they probably split that in half. So that's 1 and 2 right there for you good people. He continues on. Let's see. And at 400,000, the box backers receive the Red Extermination mouse pad. Very cool. And all backers receive Van Skyver's Heroes trading card. He says this should last us for a while. He's got a big surprise for 500,000. That's probably not that far off. That might be another week or two. But we'll save that when we get closer. Let's keep moving. Share the campaign and let your friends know. Ribbit! That would be from Uncle Lee. So there you go. Looks like some very good stretch goals. On the last campaign, just fantastic stretch goals. He just went all out on that one, so I'm pretty sure. This is at least probably a good $2 million campaign after it's all said and done. So we'll probably hit all these and smash them. Smash them like mandibles out there. Yes, indeed. So there you go. There you are. Let's see. Grant says it's also a good excuse to bulk up and nap. Well, that bear was napping today. Man, oh man, was it hot out there today. Holy moly. It was more of a, keeping with the Spanish theme, more of a siesta for bear. You know, it just gets way too hot in the afternoon. You gotta say, all right, gotta check out with this one. Go into the old AC and check out for a little while. So there we go. There's CyberFrog 2. So there we go. Pretty good stuff. And we've got, let me find it here. Oh, from one bear to another bear. That would be the Art T bear out there. Haven't heard from him in a little bit, so let's go ahead and see what's going on the Black and White 2 campaign. Black and White 1, very good campaign. A very underrated campaign. I think that flew under the radar for a number of people for quite a while. It took a while too. Kept getting pushed back. So, but fear not, people. Inko has arrived. He says the Inko T-shirt order is in house and they look fantastic. He says I've taken one out for a test drive. What? Let's see. I gotta see this. There he is. And they are well made and comfortable. So there is Art. How do I put this? Art in this picture looks like a little person. He looks tiny in this picture. I am sure it is a optical illusion of some kind, maybe. Not sure. The staircases just throw Bear off there, but he looks like he's about 3.5 feet tall there. Hey, fellas, won't you buy my book? Won't you buy my Inko shirt? Oh, we kid Art. We kid Art out there. Art always has a special place over here with Bear. And he also has a teaser to show the quality of the color this book will have. Let's check it out. Very cool. There's one picture there. Pretty cool. Actually, hold on. I think I might be a little off here. Hold on. Excuse me, people. There we go. There it is. There we are. So nice looking artwork there from RT Bear. And he's got another one as well. Let's see here. Here we go. I don't know if this is part of the same action sequence or not, but there we go. There is some more black and white action. Yes, indeed. Grant says it looks like a silver sable out there. Yeah, pretty close. I'm sure he could probably take some inspiration there, but no, Whitney. I believe it's Whitney. Whitney, a kick butt character. You got all the like girl boss characters and everything. Whitney, she holds her own. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Oh, Grant also says, I prefer almost any stretch goal unlock more than trading cards. Gary's donation stretch goal unlocks being among my favorite. I don't know if you were around for I believe it was the Packins Land. I think it was the Omnibus Packins Land that Gary put out. And he must have had 15 or 20 cards in there. At least, and they were all come signed too. So holy cow, the legendary stretch goals from Gary Shipman. Yes, indeed, that's where it started for Bear. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, Grant says I have a bunch of cards from then. Yeah, that was definitely a legendary stretch goal for Gary Shipman. Always good stuff. Let's see, and he also goes on, that would be RT Bear here. He says, the book is going to be one amazing feast for the eyes. I'm looking to wrap pencils and inks up by the end of the summer, and he actually has, to show us off here. We've actually got some, he says there are 9 pages left for me to finish, then it's all up to the colorist and the letterer. So there you are. As always, these updates come with a huge thanks for you and much appreciation for you all out there. I love what I'm doing, and I could not do it without all of you. Again, that would be thank you people from Art. That'd be the Art Bear out here. Pretty good stuff. So there you are. Campaign is still going on. So if you haven't checked out Black and White 2, what the heck, man? Come on. Man, at the very least, I don't know if he still has the shirts there, but hey, if he does, go ahead and pick up an Inko shirt. Maybe not as a extra small, like Art is modeling here, but there you go. There you are. Oh, I apologize, Amy. Hello out here. Great to see you. Great to see you as well. And probably Melissa there as well, somewhere over that rainbow. Speaking of which, hold on, let me take a look. I mean, it sort of looks like it's about to fall down outside, but we'll see. We'll see how long the internet and the electricity stays up here for Bear. So anyways, there we are. There is the only, let me just double check here. I think that's the only 2. That was the only 2. Any last minute stragglers? They have the... gosh, he's doing a bunch of weird, different stuff here from Mark Polton. Mark Polton out there. He had a book called King of Kings, and then also, what was the other one? Writhe and Pain. Writhe and Pain. So if you haven't checked out either of those, go ahead and check those out. I just don't have those up right in front of Bear here, unfortunately. So there we are. Anyways, Viva el Oso. Viva the Bear. Viva the Bear. Actually, you know what? Bear was looking through all his news articles here. Let's bring that up. All the news articles here. Evidently, there is a TV show out there called The Bear. Like, oh, okay, all right, finally, Bear's Bear's hoping to get his 10%, but it's like a TV show about a restaurant. I was like, oh, okay, well, they at least serve salmon, right? No, they don't even serve salmon at the restaurant on the show called The Bear. So, I don't know, people. Bear. If you're gonna call a show The Bear, you gotta, number one, you gotta have bears in them. That would be number one. Number two, you gotta have at least fish of some kind. At least fish. Like Bear today eating his sushi out there. All right, people. A very kind of grab bag of different headlines here. We'll kind of bump around. If you see something you like, let Bear know. We'll get into a little bit more detail. Grant says it reminds me of the SNL skit, Da Bears. Bears. Da Bears. Da Bears. Who was that? The Norm guy. I forget the actor's name out there, but Norm! Let's see, it was Norm. Was it Chris Farley? R.I.P. Chris Farley out there. Man, oh man. I think it was him and Chris Farley, if Bear remembers correctly. Good stuff. Back when SNL actually knew how to make people laugh. Good times. All right, we were talking about this last week, and I tell you, it seems like everybody else is talking about it a little well. George Wendt, thank you, Grant. That would be Norm from Cheers. Jim Caviezel Thriller. That'd be The Sound of Freedom. It knocks out Insidious Red Door from #1 spot. Now it's only on Monday. But hey, we'll take what we can get, especially when you're knocking out old Indiana Jones and the Dial It Depends. Let's see, Sony Stage 6 Films and Blumhouse's Insidious may have stolen... Look how they do this. Stolen #1. Not that it was a better film. Not that Indiana Jones crashed and burned. No. They were stolen. Stolen away from Indiana Jones. At the weekend box office, but Angel Studios, that's who made the Sound of Freedom. Indie Wonder at Sound of Freedom won Monday with an estimated $4 million. There you go. Now, actually, that's not bad for a Monday summer flick, especially with the themes that the movie has there. So that's not bad. I believe it's PG-13, but Bear could be wrong there. Grant says he blames Canadians since where is P Money, for crying out loud? Man. Must have gotten some legal hot trouble out there for hitting a thumbs up on the emoji out there. And oh my God, the Canadian courts just got old poor P Money. Anywho, all of this before Paramount's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Part Uno takes out all of the air out of the marketplace with an anticipated 90 million. Well, see, they do the 5-day thing. 90 million 5 days. So we could imagine 60 to 70 a 3-day, maybe? Nah, probably 75. Let's just say 75. So definitely better. Definitely tracking better than Indiana Jones or The Flash or any of that sort of stuff. And that's after the first week. The second week, they all crashed. Red Door was second on Monday with $3.5 million, taking in its running total to $36.5 million. Sound of Freedom, on the other hand, propels its running total to $45.6 million. And Red Door opened at 33 over Indiana Jones 27. So there you are, people. There is all that. They are just stumped up here at Deadline. Have no idea how any of this happened. I mean, man, oh man, we put in the big push behind Indiana Jones. I mean, we went all out, and still couldn't drag him across the line there. So there you are, Anthony D'Alessandro over here at Deadline. Maybe he followed the Arcadians down to Louisiana. Did not know that. P Money is in Canada, asked Amy. Yes, I believe so. we don't check IDs here, so I mean, you could say you're Canada and still live in Mexico or something. So we will take his word at it. Take his word. Although his love of poutine kind of really and hockey really kind of kind of marks him there. Definitely kind of marks him. Anywho, moving on. Moving on. Great news, people. Great, terrific news. Oh, the best news. The best news that we could have. Bob Iger to keep running Disney until 2026. Yay! Yay! Originally supposed to exit in 2024. He is clinging on. Clinging on. Gotta, milk whatever he can out of all this. Actually, I tell you, people, let me get back here real quick. We have Beer came up with the thumbnail here real quick. Beer was watching, I don't know, one of the Doomcock videos out there, the Overlord DVD out there. On the 180th video of Kathleen Kennedy being fired. People, Beer was this close. Beer, you can't see it, but that close to just kind of doing sort of like a clickbait, a title, clickbait, thumbnail. It was basically going to be Kathleen Kennedy fires Bob Iger. Just the whole twist of it. Kathleen Kennedy comes into the boardroom there and says, "Okay, I ain't enough of this, Bob Iger. You're out of here." Bob's like, "Wait a minute, no, I'm the boss of you." No, I'm the boss of you. Get the hell out of here, Bob. There you go. That would have been. Could have had the sound effects and everything. People, oh my God, big news. Kathleen Kennedy is now the CEO of Disney. Firing Bob Iger. Blah. Decided against it, people. It's that close, though. That close. Anyways, he's still there, hanging on. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, 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 blah. They had an issue with one of the investors. He was trying to make sure that Bob Iger, number one, was going to get out in 2024. Number two, they were going to do dividend payouts, finally, after however many years. Neither of them were going to happen. So it'll be kind of interesting to see kind of the fight in between there. Interesting stuff there. Also from Deadline, who is this? Dominique Patterson. Didn't read any of it, but there you are. There's the headline. If you want more information, just let me know. Grant says no. He says, yeah, I got tired of the firing KK opium. Yeah, I again, just kind of flipping it around just to have some fun, but I don't think people would have liked that very much. The beer, that's false advertising. How dare you? It's not April 1st. You can't do that, Beer. It's like, yeah, probably not. Let's do something else. Some good tea. I need some honey in there. Beer needs his honey in his tea. Alright, moving on to, for crying out loud, James Gunn. From comicbook.com and Jenna, who's this? Jenna Anderson. James Gunn breaks his legs. Gosh darn it, breaks silence on Superman a Legacy, casting a Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, in Mr. Terrific. By the way, probably plenty of comic fans out there. Oh, of course, Hawk Girl. I challenge you. I challenge any number of you. Gather your 10 closest friends or relatives or whatnot and say, hey, have you ever heard of Hawk Girl before? Probably not many people have ever heard of Hawk Girl. Probably confuse her with, like, Batgirl. I thought they canceled that movie. No. Hawk Girl. Oh, Hawk Girl. That's a different type of flying. Oh, okay. All right. And, of course, Mr. Terrific as well. Grant says, I remember her from Justice League. Well, there you go, Grant. There you go. Hey, Melissa. Good to have Melissa here. Let me turn on my live chat. That would be helpful. All right, the ball is officially rolling on James Gunn's Superman Legacy. Does it have to? Do we really have to? A new film that is poised to showcase a new era of the larger DC universe. After David, people, I'm just gonna call him Corn Sweat. Hat tip out there to Midnight's Edge After Dark. David Cornsweet and Rachel, what's her name? Horseface out there. Were recently cast as Clark Kent and Lois Lane. There had been a lot of excitement around who would join them. And Tuesday, fans got their answer. By the way, just probably one of the reasons that on Tuesday we've got these couple people, and then the other about 2 weeks ago we got Cornsweet and Horseface here. The Actors Guild is looking like they're going to go on strike. They were supposed to do it on the 1st of July. They had a 2-week extension, which is, I think, today. It might be tomorrow. So that's probably why they announced it on Tuesday. They needed to get these actors in before the strike happened, because who knows how long the strike will go on. We'll talk about that in just a little bit here, but a little bit of behind the scene. Tank Ferret, it is good to see you. Good to see Tank Ferret here. Long live the bear is correct. Correct. Good to see Tank Ferret. Let's see. Where was Bear? Fans got their answer, and they definitely weren't. That they definitely weren't expecting. One of these days, people. Vanity Fair confirmed that 3 notable DC heroes will be making an appearance in Legacy. That would be Isabella. I believe you call her, is it pronounced Merced? As Hawkgirl. Edie, for crying out loud. Gaithergy is Mr. Terrific. And Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner, aka the Green Lantern. Now, it's kind of interesting, people. Kind of interesting. Bear, this is one of the reasons Bear was a minute or two late. Let me look it up on the old iPad here. 1 second, people. I can't show it up on the screen. Okay, so the whole reason we got rid of poor Henry Cavill and got rid of David Cornsweet was because James Gunn likes him young. I mean, he wanted a younger actor. So Bear did a little bit of research here. Let's go to it. here. Let's do Henry Cavill first. Henry Cavill, born 5th of May, 1983, makes him 40 years young out there, people. So we needed a little bit younger, so they went with David Cornsweet. Born July 8th. Well, happy birthday, sir. July 8th, 1993. That would make him age 30. So about 10 years younger. I don't know. Henry Cavill could have probably played it 45, maybe pushing 50. I mean, an older Superman, but I mean, he's kept up in shape. I think he's in the new Mission Impossible movie, so he's doing pretty well for a 40-year-old out there. An old man, according to James Gunn. Wanted to look up. So Nathan Fillion. Is it Fillion or Fillion? I forget how you pronounce his name there. Born March 27th, 1971. That would make him 52 years younger. So, we got rid of Henry Cavill because he was too old. But Green Lantern, age 52, let's see, that would be 54 by the time the movie comes out. Maybe 55. He's not old. He's not old. Green Lantern's prime time. Okay, maybe. I don't know. It's a very odd one for Bear. Bear had to go look that stuff up. So anyways, there is that. Yada yada yada. Who cares what it's about? Bear doesn't even know if this movie's actually gonna come out. All the talk about. One of the things Warner Brothers Discovery did recently was take a bunch of the HBO shows that were on the HBO Max service and are selling them out, or leasing them out. Netflix and a couple other places. Insecure was one. The Westworld series was another. There were a couple others out there that they were doing. It's possible, people. It is still possible that the rumor of DC entirety might be sold off to like a Amazon, Netflix, Apple, that sort of deal. So I don't know, people. Still keeping an eye on all of this. The whole, let's see, The Flash. What was it? Blue Beetle coming up. Oh boy, oh boy. And then of course, what was the other one? Aquaman. probably none of those movies are gonna make any money. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how you kind of pivot from that to go to Superman and see how that. Again, this just sounds okay. You got Superman, you got Lois Lane, you got Green Lantern, you got Hawkgirl, you got Mister Terrific, you got. There was another guy. It was the guy from the Barry show, the bald-headed guy, the Armenian gangster. I can't remember. Was it Hank? I think it was Hank on the show. Uh, he's going to be a character, and there's like 3 or 4 other characters in Superman here. So it's like, are we going to have another Flash? Is Batman going to show up, and it's just going to be a Batman movie featuring Superman, kind of like the Flash? I don't know. I don't know. It'd be really cool to see George Clooney again. Have George Clooney come back as Batman. So, anyways, there is that. There is that. Jenna Anderson over here. It's comicbook.com. Let's see. Nathan Fillion is 53-ish. Yes, indeed. March 27th, 1971. 1971. So, kind of odd. Kind of odd that you say, no, we can't have poor old Henry Cavill. I mean, let's see. He gets booted from The Witcher. He's like, all right, no worries. I still got this thing at DC. I'm gonna be battling Black Adam. Got the cameo in the movie. He comes out with the cameo. Rah rah rah. Yada yada yada. And like a week or two later, he's fired for being too old. Then they bring in Nathan Fillion, fine actor, 52 years. He's 12 years older than poor Henry Cavill. I'd say Henry Cavill's in better shape. And they're going with him with Green Lantern. By the way, which is going to be the movie versions, the TV versions, possibly video games as well. So, and there's a 10-year plan. So he's 52 now, 54 coming out when the movie comes out. So 64? Are we going to have like a freaking Indiana Jones type Green Lantern? He's going to have a girl boss with it. He's going to have Hawkgirl, helping him out the entire time. Come on, Green Lantern, here, let me help you out with your cane. You old man. You old geezer out there. Young actors, says Amy, don't get paid as much, I guess. It depends. It really depends. Really what their draw is. You could have somebody like I don't know, Timothy, how do you pronounce his name? Timothy Chalamet, whatever the hell, the guy in Dune, probably making more than some of the other older actors in the series, although he's starring in it, but it really depends. It depends on, number one, how much the studio wants them to be in the movie, so they might pay more just to get them into the movie. It really depends. Really depends out there. There we go. Let's see. Amy says, I can't think of one studio that would make me go, yay, DC movies are owned by fill in the blank studio. Yeah. Except for maybe Angel Studios. There we go. Yeah, it really needs to, I hate to keep going back to it, but Bear was watching the Rambo 4 movie the other day. I don't know how much it cost. Kind of a grindhouse sort of movie, so probably I'd have to look it up, but I don't know, $50-60 million, half of what a Green Lantern movie or a Superman movie or whatever would cost. So they just need to find a good, like an A24 or something like that could produce it. High quality, lower budget, higher quality sort of deal, and that would probably work. Angel Studios, I don't know. I don't know. I've only seen them come out with the one movie, so that I don't know. We'd have to see. All right, so this gets us to once again Deadline. Let's see, Dominic Patterton. We were talking about the Actors Guild strike. I believe it will be coming. Maybe in the next day or so, we'll find out. The writers are still on strike. It's day 70, I don't know, 75, 76, something like that out there. Kind of an interesting, now once again, Deadline, kind of more studio focus, a trade publication. So they're going to naturally take the studio side, because that's who pays them. Even though they'll talk a good game about, oh, we stand arm in arm with all the writers and actors on strike, blah, 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 blah. Not really. Anyways, Hollywood Studios' WGA strike in game is to let writers go broke before resuming talks in the fall. Tank Ferret's laptop is dying. Oh my god, sir. That is a horrible, horrible thing to have. So, thank you so much for stopping by. We do appreciate old Tank out there. I hope it does well for you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for Beer. We'd really, really appreciate it with all YouTube. All YouTube out here. By the way, Beer's actually got that story. Where is it? Where is it? This lady, she's suing YouTube. Everybody's suing YouTube out there. Anywho. So one of the theories out there was the studios wanted to get rid of a lot of dead weight, especially in the writers' room out there. So it looks like that might be part of it. They're just gonna sit everybody out, let all the, writers that write more on Twitter than they actually do on screenplays, have to go work as baristas or something like that before they're really even coming in to do any talks. So that's kind of an interesting way to kind of come about it. We'll see what happens with the actors' strike. Sometimes they, kind of come together. Sometimes they split apart. So it will be interesting to see. Let's see. Anything to point out here? Let's see. He says one of the CEOs of the studios. I think we're for a long strike. I think they're going to let it bleed out. He says. Ouch. So, kind of like the actors, we were talking about this with the James Gunn stuff. They probably had to bring the actors in relatively quickly because the actors might be going on strike. We will see. 71st day of the actors. The writer strike and the actors just 30 hours from a possible labor action of its own. And this was yesterday. So, okay, so we'd still have a couple more hours. So we'd find out tomorrow morning. If the actors are going to go on strike. Now, just because the actors are on strike doesn't mean you won't see actors. So, for example, actors being on strike means they're not going to go to movies or TV shows, scripted TV shows. Has nothing to do with the writer's strike, but scripted TV shows. But a lot of the networks, they're going to be coming back with, your game shows, that sort of deal. So you'll probably have a Celebrity Jeopardy or Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Oh, poor Pat Sajak. Poor Vanna White out there. Poor Vanna White. Ay. Pat Sajak's leaving. Leaving the old Wheel of Fortune out there. So anyways, they might do celebrity, game shows, that sort of deal. They can still go on that for a little while, but as far as getting in and signing contracts and doing all that sort of stuff for the actors, they gotta get it done because they got, probably less than 10 hours. Less than 10 hours. They're gonna drag it out till maybe Halloween, right around there, late October. So there we go. So we've got a long summer there to figure out what's going to go on with that. So they're calling it an October surprise. So, anyways, there is that. We can get in more detail if you want, but just kind of the headlines out there. Grant says SueTube. Man, Bear was looking up Rumble and some of the other places out there. By the way, if anybody out there has any accounts on any of the other, whatever, Rumble, BitChute, I'm probably forgetting one or two out there, Odyssey, probably one or two other. Let Bear know. We'll see. Gosh, I've been scratching on Rumble for a while, and something just doesn't seem right to Bear with Rumble, so I'm kind of holding off on that. But yeah, we're definitely taking a look into that, Grant. So we will see. We will see. Keep an ear out for that. Let's see. Amy says if the writers are on strike, what are actors supposed to read? Well, for example, we were just talking about the Superman movie. James Gunn literally handed in his script like hours before the strike commenced. Okay? So anything that was written before the strike deadline, whatever, 70, what was it, 72 days ago, you can still do that. You can still make those movies. That's probably why James Gunn got it in so quickly. It's probably a first draft. Probably a rough draft, honestly. He's probably saying, "Hey, let me throw in all the characters," and had to turn in the draft, and that was the one that they're going to shoot. So anything before the writer strike is fine. They can still do that. There's not a problem. The writers that are on strike now essentially are pencils down. They can't technically they can't write anything. Is there anything in, you know, are they going to come in, bust open the door, the guild members, and say, "Oh my God, you're writing something"? You can't do that. No, they're not going to do that. But you can't write something and expect to go to the studios and get paid for it, other than crossing over the picket line and being a scab. I encourage that, but that's just beer. So that's the actors. Let's just say the actors don't go on strike. Let's just say they resolve everything. The actors would still go through what was in the past, what they have in the past, and and they can still have scripts from overseas. So somebody in England or France, or a lot of the Korean movies are becoming big. So if any of the writers over there just want to, run it through Google Translate and turn it into English, a rough English version of it, they can. They can do that. They can do that script. So there's nothing against that. Nothing against that. So we'll see. We'll see what the actors are going to do here. But we gotta wait. We gotta wait at least till tomorrow. At least until tomorrow. Bounding into comics, they had this thing, blah, 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 blah. Of course, they're going to warp people's visions. Bear could go all over this. We can touch on it if you guys want. I just saw this picture right here. I was like, yep, this literally sums up everything. Literally sums up everything right there with the handmaidens under the mask. And the actor, "Oh, look at me, he's smiling, wee!" And it's like, if anybody is in, the range of the Wu flu, conditions out there, obesity might be one of those. Cough, cough, cough. So there they are. There they are. Anyways, just wanted to make mention. Again, Amazon, they don't normally do commercials out there, but I just wanted to pick one TV show out here real quick and come back to it if you want. But going to Variety here, they say fewer ad dollars expected as weak TV upfront nears. So the TV upfront is, okay, these are the TV shows and TV series that are either coming back or the new ones that are coming out, and they go to the advertisers. They kind of have a sort of a trade fair out there. They say, okay, these are all the shows that are coming back on whatever ABC network. Okay, well, I don't know any shows on ABC. NCIS is coming back for the 158th season on CBS. So they line them up. They say, okay, this is what our average viewers are per episode. These are the highs. These are the lows from last year. And that basically determines what the advertising rate is. So, your 30-second, minute-long commercial on NCIS might cost, I don't know, $200,000, $300,000. Just pulling that out of the air. Now, that $200,000, $300,000 is maybe $150 or so. Few ad dollars as the TV upfront nears. I'm like, well, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why that could be. Could it be because TV series are warping people's vision? Maybe? Possibly? Could it just be cord cutting? You never know, people. You never know. Let's see, what do they say? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. See a decline in volume for the first time since 2020. Everybody's locked up in their homes in 2020. The second since 2015. Networks were able to secure blah, 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 blah. There we go. Anyway, so almost $10 billion in advertising sales. So there you go. Cables, 10.2. Not bad. Not bad out there. So there you are. So all the TV shows, TV series out there, they're going to have a little bit of less money to work with. They've offered what they call rollbacks. In other words, okay, you're spending that $200,000-$300,000 on a spot there on NCIS, and hey, the millions of viewers, there might be half as many people watching it. So they actually have to either pay them back money, which they really don't want to do because most of the time they've already spent it, or a lot of times they'll do what's called the rollbacks here, where they'll put in another commercial. They say, okay, yeah, you paid for this commercial, but we'll give you another one for free. We'll give you another one for free out there. So there you are. There is that. I don't know if people really want to get into TV ad revenue out there, but there you are. Just kind of something to look forward to, especially if the writer's strike continues. If they're talking about continuing it to, October, normally your TV series are filming right about now. So all those TV series, unless they filmed it quite a while back, they're not going to have those TV series coming up in the fall. They're going to be game shows and all this other stuff. So in addition to fewer dollars already, they're going to have probably fewer viewers because the TV shows aren't coming back or they're showing reruns. So, your first run is going to get a lot of ad revenue. Reruns, not so much. So, yeah, something to look forward to out there. Look forward to? Look out for out there. I guess you could look forward to it either or. Either or, people. All right. Running out of tea. Crying out loud. Let's see. Amy says, that seems ridiculous. All of it is. All of it is. Artists have to make art. Now the union is telling them they can write. They just can't get paid for writing. Those are unions. I'm sorry. Those are the unions. You were, it's great to have collective bargaining until, old Fran Drescher up there shoots herself with the old heels and takes everyone down with her. So, mainly it was streaming services. That was the big deal. They make a big huff and puff about AI replacing writers. You probably use AI as like a copywriter, maybe, stuff that's very short, very route and sort of stuff like that. But they actually had one that was trained on Seinfeld. This is, okay, here's 300 episodes of Seinfeld. Go write a new episode of Seinfeld, and basically sort of repeated all the same stuff. So, it's really not ready for prime time, the AI, but they put it out there. Oh, AI! So those are kind of two of the big sticking points, other than money, of course. So that's what you get when you join a union. So, anyways, hey, if you've got a great script out there, now's the time. Go cross that line. Be a scab. Show up to the studio. Twiddle your thumb and your tongue at them, say neener, 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 and then walk inside. There you go. And you don't have to pay union dues either, so there you go. Good stuff. She says, continues on, she says, unless, of course, you aren't American, those writers can't get paid. That's true. That is true. Go down to the Mexico border. Viva! Andale, andale! Speaking of our Spanish-themed show here, andale, all our writers, what do you do? Pick cord, do this, that, whatever, housekeeping, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm looking for writers, damn it. I'm looking for writers out here to take across the border. There you are. All right, anyways, going to it, kind of an interesting story here from the Federalist. Well, look at there. Who knew? Who knew? And Sean Fleetwood. Google probably doesn't like me just showing the Federalist, much less letting everybody know how bad they are out there. Massachusetts was sued for working with Google to secretly put spyware on residents' phones. It's true, people. A newly highlighted video shows how the Massachusetts Department of Public Health allegedly colluded with Google to secretly install that would be Wu-Flu tracking spyware on the smartphones of more than 1 million residents without their knowledge or consent. So they sued people. They sued. So let's check it out. Let's see what they got here. Let's see, District Court, District of Massachusetts. Civil action, blah, 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 CV, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Robert Wright et al. Versus Robert Goldstein, official capacity as Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and Maura Harley in her official capacity of the governor. Oh, they're suing the governor. Good for them. Good for them out there. You can give them a call. Give them a call out there and let them know what you think. Say, hey, you stink. You stink, Kimberly. You stink. Anyways, we'll touch on this very, very quickly here. Because Bear's got to go to the source. The source here, because all YouTube's worried about misinformation out there. Not Bear. You're being sued. Here's the court documents. In the midst of the Wu-Flu pandemic, a representative body of public health laboratories, known as the Association of Public Health Laboratories, collaborated with Google Inc. and others on a national effort to implement the Exposure Notification System, a multifaceted digital technology designed to curb the spread of the virus through automated alerts and guidance. Question: how well did that work? Answer: not at all. Like many of its counterparts around the country, the Massachusetts Department of Public Health participated in the program through a number of voluntary measures collectively referred to as Mass Notify. As relevant to this lawsuit, one of those measures enabled users to anonymously exchange Bluetooth codes through their mobile devices. Please, people, turn off Bluetooth unless you have to use it out there. Ay, 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 ay. Oy, oy, oy. Hey, that's true. That's true, Amy. Secretly installed spyware. It's called spyware. This is true. This is true, but these are lawyers. They don't know all that. Let's see. So they would get a automatic alert if the user with whom they had been in close proximity later reported positive to the Wu-Flu test results, which may or may not actually be positive. It could be negative. It could be positive. It could be nothing. It could just be the flu rather than the Wu-Flu. The first version of this technology became available for download as an application from the Google Play Store in April 2021. Pretty quickly. What was it? 2021. No, that would have been more than a year later. Okay, never mind. Within 2 months, Google added the technology as an optional setting on Android devices, meaning that the device owners had the opportunity to participate in the Bluetooth exchange aspect. Pardon me, they hardly ever put a period in here. Aspect of the exposure notification program without downloading anything. They simply needed to turn the mass notified setting on. Here's where it gets interesting. This lawsuit challenges the implementation of the second version of the technology, which defendants refer to as the mass notifying settings. Plaintiffs, 6 individuals, allegedly discovered the mass notifying setting on their Android devices in July 2021 and in November of 2022 for the different plaintiffs here. They each deleted the setting without suffering any repercussions from the Commonwealth. Again, by the way, this is the government that is writing all this. So of course they're not gonna want to. Oh yeah, we were terrible. Even so, they filed this purported class action lawsuit alleging that the mass notifying setting operated as spyware. It did. Surreptitiously installed on over 1 million Android devices to track and record their owners' movements. Plaintiffs asked the court to declare that mass notifying setting violated the Fourth and Fifth Amendment protections against unreasonable searches and uncompensated takings, which you would figure Massachusetts might know a thing or two about that since, that's where it all started from. Respectively, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Let's see. They couldn't turn private mobile devices without the knowledge or permission of the device owners. So they hid it all. Android mobile devices where the device owner did not give permission for such installations, and requiring defendants to delete all records it had amassed through the mass notifying sessions from mobile devices where the device owner did not give permission for installation of the application. So what the government is saying is they are entitled to no relief whatsoever. And they're saying, you violated our Fourth and Fifth Amendment protections right there. Of course we're entitled to relief. Interesting that they note Android and not Apple, but we'll get to Apple here in just a second. But there you go. If you happen to live in Massachusetts and you happen to own an Android, you might want to go to the old Boston Harbor and just kind of toss it in there. Toss it in. So there you go. There's that. I'm not going to go through the whole blah, 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 blah. This is a long, long thing. Let's do this. Hopefully this works. There we go. There's the PDF if you want to check it out. And have some good weekend reading. Oh boy. Just basically, I found this, don't know anything about it. She is suing YouTube. I am suing YouTube. Everybody is suing YouTube. Ik werkelijk YouTube. Yuck. Uh-oh. Is she one of the bad Germans? I don't want to be promoting any bad Germans here. Anyways, also working with the Wu Flu Special Committee. Her videos were taken down from the old YouTube there. Just had a little bit of a disagreement there. Just a touch there. So if you think that your Apple device is safe, I'm sorry, people. First off, it was included with where is my phone? Because I never downloaded it. Shoot, it's way in the back. Whenever iOS was way back in 2020, so what are they at? 16 now, so it would have been 14? iOS 14 something or another out there. They included it with one of those updates, so supposedly it's more private. I don't know. Apple says fix is coming after a security update accidentally breaks everything. Apple released a critical security update to the iPhone, iPad, and Mac on Monday that patches a known exploit. Unfortunately, the patch had a side effect of breaking how some websites load. That's better than a security hole, but it's not ideal for shipping version of the operating system. Adding to the problem is the nature of the rapid security response updates. These updates are designed to automatically install without affecting device firmware. There doesn't appear to be an automatic rollback feature, though. So a lot of people, it was Facebook was the big one. People would try to go on to Facebook and they wouldn't be able to get to Facebook. Or I think Instagram as well. I could be wrong. On that one. But yeah, there you go. You didn't even ask for the update. You're just sitting there minding your own business. Apple pushes an update to you. The update breaks everything. Now, is that a bug or a feature? A bug or a feature? They had the issue in China a number of months back where Apple, when there were a number of riots over the Wu flu, they had a lot. China locked down way more than the rest of the world. So the Chinese people are basically locked in their homes for, whatever, 2-3 years or something. So, and they got a little antsy about that and decided to go out in the street and make their voices heard. One of the ways that they were communicating with everybody else was through the Bluetooth setting in the Apple messages. So instead of going through the carrier, it went device to device. So Apple turned that off, just in China though, just in China for some reason. So wonder if it is a bug or a feature that says, here we're gonna push this thing to your operating system that you didn't even ask for, and you can't look at certain web pages. Can't look at certain web pages out there. There you are. There you are. Anyways, you can remove it. You can remove it if you want, but you got to do it before you get the update. So there you go. Let's see. OS 13.4.1 or iOS 16.5.1 or iPad 16.5.1. So there you go. So now you gotta wait. You gotta wait for your Facebook to get back up and running. So there you go. A little bit of a consternation. Amy says, I feel like destroying Apple computers is a feature if you own Microsoft. God, oh man, Bear hasn't used Microsoft in many moons. XP was the last time. Bear is dating himself here, but XP, that was it. Like, all right, enough of this. Enough of this. What was after that? It was like 7? Was it Windows 7 or something? I forget. Anyways, there was that. There was that. Let's see, just a couple quick hits here. I promise you people, Bear is not obsessed with Barbie. Bear's just obsessed with what the hell is this movie even about and who is it for? Simeon Liu, that would be from, I believe, Gary Shipman's favorite film of all time. That would be Shang-Chi. Is really coming up in the running to be one of the biggest jerks in Hollywood. One of the biggest jerks out there. He's putting that nail in the coffin. It's a very heteronormative idea of what gender is in a Barbie film. I don't know. Whatever. But don't worry, people. Don't worry. It is still for children, even though it's PG-13. Don't worry about it, people. Actress Margot Robbie confirmed that the upcoming Barbie film is indeed aimed at children in one way or the other, despite it featuring a man played by featuring a man playing Dr. Barbie. Poor old Ryan Gosling, poor Ken. They're still holding out the theory out there that the whole Ken situation is going to be akin to be a Karen out there. So we'll see. He's asked, is this a kid's movie or is it not a kid's movie? Robbie, for whatever reason, jumped in and says, this is such a thing people say when they do press for a movie. They're like, it's for everyone, you know. But it was literally crafted to be for everyone. Except for people under the age of 13, because it's a PG-13 movie. Blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Anyways, people, it is a kid's movie after all. It is kid's movie after all. There she is. Looking stunned. 5'6", not bad. Not bad at all. Vista says Amy, was a OS of legendary fail. Was that the one after XP? I think that was the one after XP. It not only did it break everything, but it locked up everything, if Bill remembers correctly. Like, a bunch of drivers wouldn't work. You know, you had to go through the certification process for the drivers to work, but even still, there were like a number of security holes and everything. It was terrible. Terrible. Let's see, yes, Vista was after XP. Never tried it. Never tried it at all. Sort of went downhill from there. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. And beer's not like, oh, Apple's the greatest thing ever. It's like compared to Windows and beating your head against the table every time you just want to like print something. Apple is just like, okay, it works. A lot of complaints. I mean, you can complain this and that, whatever, but at least it worked. It wasn't like it would crash, blue screen of death, yada yada yada. So there you are. There you are. Let's see. Did I have something else? Bear had one last thing here from the New York Post. Exterminator, liquor store, dry cleaner. New York City tip requests are out of control, people. This would be from Beth Lindman. Do not tip. Don't tip, Beth. Eric Kovar, a hospitality consultant who owns a Manhattan speakeasy, is known by friends and colleagues as a very generous tipper, often leaving 30% at restaurants or putting down a $100 bill on a modest meal because, like many people in the industry, he appreciates the hard work that goes into serving customers. It's true. Grant says they're action figures. They are action figures. Let's see. So Barbie movie is for everyone who is too old to be playing with dolls. That's that's the only thing that Bear could think of. Let me go back. There's Simeon Lou there. I don't know why. There's Barbie. The only thing that Bear can think of is like they're putting it out to all of the sort of woke ladies out there as a film for them, but then dressing it up as a film for kids, even though it's not for kids, even though Margot Robbie, like, it says it is. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. Not sure about that one. I still don't even know what the movie's about, so, couldn't tell you. I'm not gonna go see it. I don't care. It's a Barbie movie, but, there you are. There you are. Alright, continuing on here, people. But Kovar was shocked recently when he purchased a birthday present at a gift shop on the Upper East Side and was asked for a gratuity during the on-screen checkout. There were just two people behind the counter, mostly looking at their phones. They didn't help me select a gift or even wrap it. I overtip at restaurants, but when there's no service provided, rather than being guiled, I look them straight in the eye and press no tip. Like many New Yorkers, Kovar has become irritated with the new pressure to provide gratuities in unprecedented situations. Sources told the Post about seeing tip jars at dry cleaners, hardware stores, where they couldn't have imagined being asked for gratuity in the past. Happening outside the city too, an electrician and a pest control company. Gotta tip your pest control people out there. You're exterminators. John McQueen, very cool name, a 50-year-old stretch coach, who lives in Farrington, used to frequent a liquor store in the East Village. But just before Christmas, a stock person suggested he offer her a gratuity because the holidays were approaching. It was my favorite wine store, but suddenly every time I walked in, she would say she was open to receiving tips. She became aggressive about it, and I finally said, "You're open to receiving tips? Really? So am I." And I stopped going in because it made me really uncomfortable. McQueen also experienced unease when he went to the Puerto Rico. Anyways, importing company on St. Mark's Place to purchase a pound of ground coffee and was prompted by a screen at checkout to provide a tip. I guess that's this one up here. Puerto Rico. Okay. We'll go with it. What the heck? Why not? I agree, Grant. Beer agrees. Let's see. The screen had a big box that suggested 20 to 30%, and I couldn't find the no tip option. He recalled, so I had to ask the cashier how I could pay, and she said, "Pick a tip." I said, "I'll just pay in cash." Womp, womp, womp. Look at all the tips there. Let's see. The owner says, I've experienced a lot of complaints from customers who felt they were intimidated to feel like cheapskates. He admitted, I'm offended myself, but when we switched from regular cash registers to a POS system, you aren't right. You aren't lying there. It is a POS system. The tip request was included automatically. I explained, but people are still miffed. Well, get ready to have less people coming into your store. He said considered going back to the old cash registers, but the staff overrode his decision. I don't think you're the one in charge here, fella. Once kids began receiving credit card tips, they wouldn't go back to the old system. I'd have a mutiny. The young employees have been. Whoa, sir. Excuse me, sir. Groomed to expect this? Many are peeved at the suggestion. Suggested percentage has also climbed, rising from 18 to 20% as a starter and climbing as high as 30 to 40%. Holy cow. Others are annoyed by the mere presence of a tip jar in an unexpected place. In May, a Wall Street Journal reported in May that even self-checkouts at airport kiosks are set up to ask for gratuity. One woman told of having her car washed where the cashier had a chip jar. She was watching TV and never looked at me, just gave me change, reported the 33-year-old. Why exactly would I be rewarding her? Artist and... Wow, we really got to find these people. Artist and podcaster. I'm sure he lives in Brooklyn. Meanwhile, was surprised to see a tip jar by the register at Shapiro's Hardware in NoHo. They put it next to a candy jar for extra encouragement. Well, there you go. You can take the tip jar money and give it to the person behind the counter and take some candy. I would say that would be perfect. Perfect. That is a tiny store. Look at that. Holy cow. New York. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anywho, so there's that. You pay for your pet tips. You can give bear tip anytime you want. Anytime you want. Gotta figure out how to get salmon through the old USB port, though. That's gonna be a hard one there. Gonna be a hard one. Alright, what was this last one here? Oh, I'm sorry, people. Terrible news. My Pillow, Mike Lindell out there. Auctions off equipment amid sales drop. CEO blames cancel culture. No way. And maybe getting arrested in a Wendy's parking lot. My Pillow is selling off much of equipment and subleasing its manufacturing facilities as the company continues to lose retailer support due in part to CEO Mike Lindell's controversial positions on the 2020 presidential election. YouTube, can we even say that? And his conservative political advocacy. Lindell has faced multiple lawsuits stemming from his election fraud claims. Had to pay $5 million to some people. Part of a Prove Mike Wrong contest. One of the things you never want to do. Prove Bear wrong. And if you win, you get X amount of dollars. No, don't do that. He also faces a sizable lawsuit from the Dominion voting machines for defamation. Dominion voting machines, one of the worst voting machines out there of all time. Come at him, Bear. Come at him. Come on after Bear. Let's see what happens. Anyways, just lost all that stuff. Yada yada yada. You know, that's what happens. That's what happens when all your commercials are on Fox News and you keep offering 10% off. Can't keep doing that, man. You're gonna have to sell everything off. I mean, poor guy's gonna, spiral down and, probably start doing cocaine again and just gonna hit rock bottom. Poor old Mike Lindell. Poor old Mike out there. People. What can you do? What can you do but just shake your head sometimes and laugh? That's what Bear does. That's what he does. A fish tip for Bear, says Amy. Thank you. We'll we will try to figure out how to get that through the old USB port. Still got to figure that out. The tip of the tail or the head. Either way, I've heard bears aren't too picky. No, I want the whole fish, not the. Oh, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. All right. Let's see. Amy, I don't know. Are they going to be doing a stream over there on Mike's channel tonight? Hopefully they will be able to do that. I think they took the week off last time, so we shall see. We shall see out here. But anyways, wanna thank everybody out there that stopped by, including Grant. Was here the whole time, man. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Amy and Melissa. We even had an appearance by Tank Ferret. And of course, all of our Russian bots and lurkers out there. Want to thank all of them out there for their continued support of Bear. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, yada yada yada, blah, blah 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 blah. Let's see. Oh, Amy says, there is one tonight. All right, awesome. So I guess Bear might see some of you over there. Otherwise, you know what, people? All of this talk about fish coming through the USB ports, it's making Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrr.